8 most dangerous animals in Thailand. There is always a downside, and it's always a good idea to be prepared for the bad things that might happen health and safety-wise. The creatures described below certainly shouldn't discourage you from visiting one of the world's great holiday destinations. The sun, coral seas, welcoming people, spectacular landscapes and fantastic food more than compensate for the small risk of encountering something nasty. Below there are 8 dangerous animals in Thailand. Number 1. Thailand scorpions. These can be the size of your hand and they are surprisingly quick. Strangely, the smaller they are the more painful this sting, since the poison in their bulbous tails is usually more concentrated. The legend is they are attracted by the smell of stale beer, so get rid of empty bottles swiftly. Black scorpions, the most common variety in Thailand, very rarely deliver a fatal sting and aren't thought of as a serious health risk. In fact, compared to their lethal cousins in Mexico and the Middle East, the sting is said to be mild. Prompt hospital treatment is recommended, however, as some people suffer severe allergic reactions. In a recent case, a Welshman died in his home country many weeks after being stung in Thailand. Treatment consists of anti-venom administration, support for breathing if necessary, antibiotics and anti-tetanus injections. Application of ice packs can reduce pain. Number 2. Spiders. Thailand has plenty of big scary-looking spiders, but only a few species will bite a human being. This still means thousands of bites every year. Luckily, deaths from spider bites are very rare, less than 3 per year across the whole world, and these are generally a result of allergic reactions. The most dangerous spiders in Thailand are mainly forest dwellers. Some tarantula species have a reputation for aggression, and the bites are painful and best treated in hospital with antivenom. Symptoms can include swelling, exhaustion, muscle cramping, difficulty breathing and fever. Sometimes, these occur days after the bite. For your safety, empty out shoes and shake clothes before wearing, especially in rural areas. Number 3. Ants. There are more species of ants in Thailand than anyone has had the time to count. They do not run away if they chance on you. They attack. The larger varieties usually rely on brute strength to vanquish their insect enemies. These will only give you a nip with their powerful jaws. The smaller ones, and some are so small they are barely visible, have all sorts of poisons and allergens to inject onto your skin. After a day or so, the worst bites can feel as if someone is slowly driving a spear through your body. Watch out for ants at all times. The best defense is hygiene. Any food residues in a house or hotel will quickly attract columns of ants, as will food stains on clothes. Cortisone creams will reduce inflammation and pain effectively if you are bitten. Local remedies like tiger balm are less effective. Number 4. Poisonous caterpillars. Brightly colored insects are often poisonous. Bright colors advertise danger and discourage other animals from attacking. Caterpillars are no exception. The creatures pictured have poisonous hairs which they can eject into the air. Any that land on your skin will drive you crazy. Some species are reputed to be capable of killing a small dog. Thai people call them han. Number 5. Lionfish. Lionfish are one of the most venomous fish in the open sea. The spines are actively used to inject toxins into any living thing that approaches too closely. In human beings, the result is acute pain with the possibility of breathing problems and vomiting. Hospital treatment is strongly recommended, although the poison is almost never lethal. It is very rarely found near sandy beaches, so is not dangerous to swimmers. Divers and snorkelers should be aware of the safety issue. Number 6. Dogs. Dogs are a big part of life in Thailand. People keep increasing numbers as pets. There is also a massive stray population which can have significant health implications. In towns, many dogs wander free, often sleeping on major roads whilst the traffic carefully winds around them. Eradication programs are out of the question because of the Buddhist respect for life. Sterilization programs have proved ineffective. Stray dogs in Thailand are generally docile, but they can be intimidating in large packs at night, and some will bite if they feel threatened. One of the best ways of dealing with aggressive dogs is to back away whilst maintaining eye contact and being willing to defend yourself. Thais will not hesitate to use a stick or stone in self-defense, neither should you. If you are bitten, it is essential to get treatment immediately because of the widespread problem of rabies in Thailand. Again, travel insurance is highly recommended. Number 7. Monkeys wild. Genuinely wild monkeys are wary of human beings and won't approach people too closely. In some tourist locations, however, and around certain temples where they are tolerated, many monkeys have lost their natural fear and beg for food. They are cute when they are getting what they want, but can sometimes be a menace, especially in large numbers. Like monkeys anywhere, these creatures will steal anything, especially if it is edible. They can unzip bags and tear through the contents. They can rip mirrors from cars and motorcycles. They may even try to bully you out of a snack. This can be scary for children and sometimes a threat to their safety. Stand up to them, use sticks and stones if you have to, and they back off. If you are bitten, go to a hospital immediately, as there is a risk of rabies. Number 8. Leeches. Leeches are common amongst wet vegetation and in still waters. In water, they actively swim towards any disturbance. On land, if they detect the presence of a human being or an animal, they stand up and wave from side to side in a searching motion. If they find contact with skin, they quickly attach themselves with their lower sucker, and the head probes the skin for a good place to penetrate. Minute, razor-sharp teeth slice an opening and the head enters. They gorge themselves on up to 7 times their own body weight in blood before dropping off. An anticoagulant is used to keep the blood flowing during feeding, and the wound may bleed for several hours afterwards. Leeches pose the greatest threat to health in Thailand during flooding in towns and cities. The floodwater brings sewage to the surface from drains. Leeches swept in from country areas cause wounds which become infected. During a series of recent floods across Thailand, many thousands of people became ill in this way. The government recommended wearing junts and tying plastic bags around the feet to keep the leeches at bay, a low-tech solution that would probably help.